Well, hey there, this is Caddyshack Murphy, along with my brother. Hello, this is Slugger. And we're here to introduce this video because a lot of y'all have been asking us, who the hell is this magical Murphy anyway?
Meet Magical Murphy. He's into diving and the rugby. He's a worker and a yupper.
Where's my Porsche?
He may look mean and ugly,
I'm talking to you.
but he's really cute and cuddly. You can give him to your boyfriend, or you can give him to your children.
Wow, gee, thanks.
You can even give yourself one, and put him on your Murphy tree. And put him on your Murphy tree. And put him on your Murphy tree.
Now, there's no real easy answer to that, so hopefully we're going to try and answer that to the best of our ability in this video. But before we get on to that, here's our brother, Les, and he's going to tell you about our sponsor, Home for the elderly. Hey, this is Les, and I'm doing the sponsorship thing this week, so yeah. Our sponsors are Home for the elderly. They sell laser discs, they sell HD DVDs, and they sell CDs. You want any of that stuff? Go check them out. They're fucking great, and yeah. Oh yeah, put in Murph. That's MURPH at your checkout, and you'll get 20% off. So, Home for the elderly. What was the line? Oh yeah, the Kings of Laser Discs. Go check them out. They're great. Now, most people's stories is starts with the parents, so I think it's best we start story with Papa Murph. Hello, Papa Murph here. Today we're going to talk about pussies and... What? You mean to say that young people today think of aubergines as penises and cats as vaginas? You have a very odd way of looking at sex. How does that even work? I mean, what does an aubergine have to do with a cat? No, it was a cucumber, because I believe they are afraid of cucumbers, much like the Undertaker. Yes, what am I here for? Les has already done the sponsorship announcement. What am I here for? Ah, okay. Yes, so I'm not here to talk about pussycats. Instead, I'm here to tell you about the history of us Murphys. Now, in Japan, there is a company called Sekigachi. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. And there's also a company called Sun Arrow. And between the two of them, they came up with this idea of selling these gorillas as sort of, I guess we could call us for emotional support. And so my wife and I, that's Mama Murph, we were sort of captured and given drugs that would sort of make her super fertile. So she ended up giving birth to over 1,000 children in a year. Lots of fun for me, obviously. I was rather shagged out by the end of it, but not so good for her. And it really took an emotional toll on both of us because, you know, us gorillas, we usually like to look after our children, and to give birth to that many in such a short amount of time and have most of them ripped away from us pretty much at birth. It was pretty dark times, to be honest. The only one we got to hang around with for longer was Caddyshack. They thought he had some learning difficulties and wasn't going to be able to do the job, so he stayed with us for a year. And yes, we sort of had a bit more of the traditional gorilla relationship there with the youngster. So we were being moved between these two factories in China and Japan. I was originally from the Chinese factory. Yes, just to sort of procreate as much as physically possible, or as physically impossible as it may seem. And after about a year or two of this, we got really fed up with it. I mean, I've had to watch my wife give birth over 1,000 times in a year. She could barely walk. So we escaped, and we found our way to England. And when we were in England, we managed to get to a WWF show, which is now called WWE. They were doing their SummerSlam show at Wembley Stadium. And after the show, my wife and I, especially my wife, she was very, very tired, you see, because, well, of all she'd been through. She fell asleep in what we thought was just an ordinary box. And I climbed in after her to just sort of keep her company. And we woke up in New York. Now, this is where the story gets dark. Now, you may know I've got a new hand. This is how I lost it, my first one, and how I lost my wife. So we were at Pennsylvania Station, which is in New York, which, if you ask me, is fucking stupid because, you see a big sign that says Pennsylvania, you're naturally going to assume that you're in Pennsylvania. But no, Pennsylvania Station is in New York. I don't know, Americans confuse me, to be perfectly honest. So yes, it was very, very busy. And we were in this unusual sort of situation, and we tried just holding hands as tightly as possible. But the crowd were just too strong, one going one way, one going the other, and we were pulled apart, and my hand came off with her. She was pulled one way, I was pulled the other. And by the time I noticed from all the pain from, my hand being ripped off, she was long gone, and I spent the next 6 months living in that station trying to find her, but to no avail. I travelled all around the United States, never found her again, went back to England for a while, went all through Europe, back to America, still no luck. Now I'm in Australia, and it's been 30 years. So if anyone has any information on Mama Murph, it would be greatly appreciated. It's been 30 long years, well, over 30 years now. It was 1992. So I'm sorry to bring this all down, but Mama Murph, if you are out there and you see this, please get in touch. If you want a description, she's basically the same size as me, but with black fur. Last seen wearing a WWF SummerSlam t-shirt. She may have lost that by now. I was wearing overalls back then. I took them off to go to the toilet, and somebody stole them, which had my wallet in it, which unfortunately is also where I kept my photo of my lovely wife. So, yes, I don't even have a photo of her anymore. But things have improved for me. Obviously I've found Murph Manor, and I'm here with a lot of my children. So it's good to at least be reunited with them. But it's my ultimate goal to be reunited with Mama Murph. And who knows, maybe we'll have more little Murphys for you all. And yes. Well, thank you for that, Dad. Yes, it was a sad story. But we do not want you to think that the Murphy story is all sadness. There is a lot of joy in the Murphy story too, and we like to bring joy to people. But we just felt that we wanted our dad to have his say and get to talk about these things that the darker side of Murphys. But yes. So yeah, as our dad said, it was companies like Segagachi and Sonaro that were kind of responsible for us coming into existence. There were several companies around the world distributing us. There was a company called Trudy. I think they were in the European Union. There was Applause in the United States of America. In fact, I think Les, you still have the piercing they gave you. There was also some coming out of South America. They were under the name Macaco Murphy. Something else you got to also remember is sometimes we were sold as Murphy, sometimes Magical Murphy, sometimes Murphy with an F, and as I said with the South American ones, Macaco Murphy.
E o Murphy Júnior?
Olha aí a turma do Murphy com novos modelos. Agora em 3 tamanhos. Bebê Murphy, Murphy Júnior e Murphy sua garota. Turma do Murphy, conquistando todos os corações.
At one point also, the company Toei, I think they're called, a Japanese company that make animation. They were going to do a TV show, an animated show of coloring. Not as much is known about this. There is a thing on the internet archive that talks about a sort of, it's like a pitch meeting kind of thing, but just a piece of paper, and it gives you the information that they were going for this show. This is all that is known about the show, and yes. Also, I can't remember where it was from, but there's also a Murphy comic strip kind of thing. It was like a comic book, but it was just a series of non sequitur. There's just kind of a series of non-connected events. It wasn't really an ongoing story. That's probably the closest we've got to finding out what the show would have been like. Would have been cool, I think. But we have found there was some merchandise made for it. There's someone selling a handkerchief, and someone else is selling a pencil with the Toei logo on it. And the Toei, I don't know. I'm not from Japan. So yeah, it must have got fairly far into existence, but it never sort of came through, and it was never released, at least, as far as we can tell. But yeah, if anyone has any information on that, that'd be really cool.
Chegou Murphy, sorte sua. Murphy, o conquistador de corações, só podia ser da estrela.
Now, we Murphys were quite popular, and when you're popular, you're going to get copiers. And there are several pirate Murphys, obviously not the Pirate King, he is a real Murphy, but pirates in the sense of, inferior copies. So I think it's probably appropriate to get the Pirate King in to talk about them. Hello, this is the Pirate King. And yes, as my brothers were saying, there were pirate Murphys, but not pirate in the sense of me being a pirate in the sense of not necessarily connected to the people who owned our trademark. How you can trademark living creatures, I don't know, but they did, so arr. Now, obviously, the most famous of these would be our own cousin Furphy. And you can find your own Furphys online. They are sold often as Magical Murphy, but they were made by someone else, so we don't really know much about them. Furphy doesn't know much about his own backstory. We could get him on to talk about it, but you could kind of... I'm not really sure you could really trust anything that he says anyway, so... Arr! But he's not the only example. There have been several other sort of mock Murphys, I guess you could call them. And here's a few photos of some we found online. And something that not really a mock Murphy, but it kind of does get confused for a Murphy, are what originally were called Macarena gorillas, but they do all kinds of... They're basically dancing gorillas that do little dances, and some of them play guitar, some of them have got sort of sporting equipment. They're kind of connected in that sense that there's a whole range of them. And there was indeed a dancing Murphy, but yeah, they're not really part of the Murphy family. Well, the dancing Murphy is, but the Macarena Murphys aren't. But people often confuse them with this, because I guess they're similar faces. Arr! Anyway, that's my bit for this episode, and Arr!
C'est pas moi.
C'est Murphy. Murphy.
C'est pas moi.
C'est Murphy. Murphy.
Os Murphys estão no maior agito. Chegaram as garotas do Murphy. I Love Jeans. A estrela do rock. E lá vem a noiva. Garotas do Murphy. Elas chegaram para conquistar você. Você e os novos Murphy.
Well, thank you very much, Pirate King, for that wonderful little bit you just did. And this is really all we've got time for. But one thing we will talk about also is that in France, we Murphys were so successful that we had a pop song. It wasn't a Murphy singing it. It was a French singer. I forget her name. We'll put it up on the screen. But yes, it was a successful hit song all about Murphys and how great we are. So we'll leave you with that. So thank you for watching this special MurphChat investigation thingy. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you've got any information about Murphys or you want to know more about Murphys. Yeah, get in touch. If Mama Murph is out there, also get in touch. Or if you've got any information on her, get in touch. So yeah, all down there in the comments. or you want to just say some irrelevant bullshit, then go ahead. We don't care. So say whatever the fuck you want. We'll probably respond anyway. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget, check out Home for the LD Elite. Don't forget our website. It's on the screen there. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm all right. Nobody worry about me.
Magical Murphy, il gorilla che strilla.
Table. And here he goes. Whoa! He needs a little bit of space. He goes both ways, and he can always seem to right himself. I gotta be careful now. He's gonna try and get off of there. Whoa!